Journal entry, 13th November, 1986. I've decided to start recording all my personal and emotional discoveries within the pages of this journal to better understand the nature of my own being. For an upcoming experiment hosted by my friend and co-worker, Dr. MacLeod, I have volunteered myself as a test subject and plan to delve into the very depths of my subconscious in an attempt to discover what secrets I can unlock within my mind. The theory is that if I deprive myself of sleep for a period of time, I will begin to hallucinate vigorously, witnessing the very strands of my imagination. Of course, we understand the risks involved in my task. I have mentally prepared myself for any horrors I may encounter. I will get a good night's rest. The research starts tomorrow. Research log. Head of Research Department, Dr. MacLeod. Date, 14th November, 1986. Time, 11:30 p.m. Test subject, Dr. Eric L. Winters. Subject status, healthy. Description. Subject is in prime health conditions with all vital physical and mental functions operating completely. Subject has been limited to liquid diet in order to speed the process. Subject has been confined to a white room within the walls of the facility, with living necessities and recording material. Journal entry, 14th November, 1986. Night 1. I'd previously read of the White Room in an old report while brushing up on my psychology. It's designed to deprive the human mind of natural senses, and because our mind cannot comprehend the nothingness we experience, it fills that emptiness with hallucinations. This, however, is a dangerous method and often leads to insanity. Therefore, I've been informed that so long as I can retain one sense, I will only stray upon the edge of madness, never crossing the line. I've decided sound is the most appropriate of my senses to retain for my research. As long as I continue to make sound, I will keep my sanity. As long as I continue to hear, madness cannot claim me. Research log. Date, 15th November, 1986. Time, 10 a.m. Subject status, healthy, slightly tired. Description. Subject remains in good health, though deprived of rest. Not much has changed. Journal entry, 15th November, 1986. Though I feel slightly drained, I am still feeling healthy. The White Room shall be my living quarters through dark. I have not been confined within the hours of day as an extra precaution to prevent a severe mental damage. I'm currently at a cafe. I smell the freshly made sandwiches and I hunger, but I must resist and stick to my diet if I am to succeed in the experiment. I have sufficient funds for transportation back and forth from the city to the lab just outside city limits. Tonight will be more difficult than the previous. I must force myself to stay awake by becoming immersed within myself. I must converse with myself to maintain my control over reality. Night 2. I'm back here, in the hauntingly silent room that tries to consume me. The thought of being the only one in the building is unnerving, even for a man of science such as myself. Especially since, once the metal white door closes, I know it won't open again until morning. I know it's for the sake of science, but I can't help but feeling like a prisoner. I conversed with myself, questioning the endurance of the human mind. Then I heard it. The subtle, scratching noise coming from the other side of the blindingly white door. I got up from my white desk and slowly made my way towards the door. As I drew nearer and nearer, the scratching became louder and more frantic. I felt the hairs on the back of my neck begin to stand up as I remembered I was the only one here. Just as my ear made contact with the door, the noise ceased almost immediately, leaving me with nothing but fear, confusion, and a foggy memory. Research log. Date, 16th November, 1986. Time, 8:30 a.m. Subject status, slow and wearily, slightly nauseous. Description. Subject is notably slower with simple tasks and slightly nauseous due to lacking required rest. Subject is also experiencing mixed emotions. So far, nothing out of the ordinary has occurred. Research will continue. Journal entry, 16th November, 1986. I feel weak and exhausted, both mentally and physically. Of course, this was to be expected. After all, I've missed 2 nights of sleep now. I will take the day slow. I'm also still a little disoriented after the events of last night. I know it must have just been my imagination and my lack of sleep, but I can't help feeling like there was more to it. I'll be more observant tonight. Night 3. I know it's crazy, but I feel as if this room gets smaller every night I spend in it. I'm not claustrophobic, but the idea isn't exactly comforting. As I sit here refusing the calls of the dream world, I glimpse something from the corner of my eye. I spin my head around quickly, but there's nothing there. Then I turn my head back. What I see startles me. A black widow spider inches rapidly from the edge of the paper toward my hand, which is rested on the desk. I snatch my hand away and take off my shoe to swat it. I lift my shoe high and bring it thundering down on the table. I hear a huge clap, followed by an echo. I lift my shoe from the table, and to my shock, there's nothing there. No squashed spider, no blood, no nothing, just white desk. Then I remember the effects of the white room. The hallucinations have started. Research log. Date 17th November, 1986. Time, 4:30 p.m. Subject status, weak, paranoid. Description. The reason I'm doing the report so late today is to give the subject more time to display any unusual activity, as he was quite silent this morning. Subject is proving strong-willed, but is still slowly falling victim to his own subconscious. Subject will eventually give in, giving us the opportunity for a scientific breakthrough. Journal entry, 17th November, 1986. I don't feel tired anymore. I only feel paranoid. I feel as though I'm being watched. I feel as though something bad is going to happen. I feel as though I'm going to lose my grip on reality. Night 4. I can barely breathe in this room anymore. I ask myself over and over again, why did I volunteer for this? Why? That's all I can think to say anymore. Of course, I was warned there would be no backing out. I should have heeded this warning. My heart beats loud and fast as I notice the corner of the room. A dark, shrouded figure stands there motionless. Apart from the occasional twitching, it stares at me blankly with red, glowing eyes. I feel myself almost wanting to give myself to the long, distorted fingers of the creature. I close my eyes and repeat to myself in a hushed tone, "It's not real. There's nothing there. It's all an illusion." These words bring me no comfort as it watches me. I could have sworn I saw it blink at one stage. The walls are no longer a clean white. They are dirty and rusted. Occasionally the light in here flickers, and for a second I think I see blood smeared on the walls, and a trail of it leading from the chair to the door. When the light comes back on, it's only me and the shadow that twitches in my corner. It's calling my name now. I hear its soft, beckoning whispers. Eric. I hear it whisper over and over. This is supposed to be what my subconscious looks like? Why the hell is my subconscious so fucked up? Research log. Date 18th November, 1986. Time 12 p.m. Subject status, mentally at risk. Description. Subject isn't leaving the room when we open the door. Even when we stand directly in front of him, it's like he can't see us. Perhaps he chooses not to. He just repeats his own name over and over. We've read through his notes. He is indeed hallucinating as planned, and he can't comprehend it. Also expected. However, the amount he is hallucinating and how twisted his visions are, this was never planned. Not this early, anyway. We are progressing quickly, but also putting his sanity at risk. We're too close to turn back now. We'll proceed with caution. Journal entry, 18th November, 1986. I see them everywhere now. The door's open, but my friend Ian doesn't walk through it. Only shadows. I hear muffled voices when I see the shadows. I can only distinguish one word each time. Eric. Night 5. I hear them. I no longer need to speak, for I am never alone. They will come for me soon. How will I defend myself? Research log. Date 19th of November, 1986. Time, 9:30 a.m. Subject status, mentally unstable. Description, they will come for me soon. Written by subject, he is very unstable at this point, but there is only one more night ahead. We will continue through this night and then restore him back to health. Godspeed, Eric. Journal entry. Eric. Eric. Always watching. No sleep. Must survive. No escape. Coming for me. Help. Research log. Date 20th of November, 1986. Time, 9 a.m. Subject status, missing. Description. When I arrived at the facility this morning, I went straight to the room Dr. Winters was being kept in. The door was wide open with the padlock missing, and there was no sign of Dr. Winters. I found only notes he had written last night, but none of it made sense. I asked everyone who helped with the project, but no one knew anything about it. Dr. Winters is missing. There's no sign of a struggle, and there's no logical explanation to how the door was unlocked. Research log. Date 23rd of November, 1986. Time, 1 a.m. Subject status, deceased. Description. I was ordered back to the scene by Detective Myers for further questioning on Eric's disappearance at 11:30 p.m. He has found some disturbing evidence. He handed me a note he had found behind the toilet in the White Room. The note is in the back of the logbook, along with all the other notes that Dr. Winters had written before his disappearance. Journal entry. You were right, Ian. Your theory was correct. However, it was more dangerous than we'd previously thought. Insanity wasn't the worst-case scenario. The hallucinations are gone, but I wish they weren't, because it was better than the reality. It's coming for me, Ian. My time is up. This White Room wasn't designed to deprive the human mind of natural senses. It was designed to heighten them. I see the true reality now, but something doesn't want me to. I hear the scratching on the door again. It isn't stopping this time. I hear the metal being torn apart on the other side. It'll be here soon. The discovery must be hidden. I see that now. Goodbye, Ian. Strip from newspaper article. Professional neurologist Dr. Eric L. Winters is believed dead after mysteriously vanishing from his lab on Friday evening. Authorities, however, are still searching as no body has been recovered. We grow up, believing we need sleep to give us the energy to perform daily activities. This is only half the truth. We need sleep to keep our subconscious calm, for if it becomes aggravated, your fears become reality. You will ultimately consume yourself. Hey guys, before I go, I just kind of wanted to add that one major reason I read this was not only did I think it was really good, but it's actually pending deletion on the Creepypasta Wiki. Why is it pending deletion, you may ask? Well, it is going to be taken down because it's a blacklisted subject because it's a Russian sleep experiment spinoff. Are you saying that no one can write any experimental creepypastas about lab experiments because they're going to be Russian sleep experiment spinoffs? That's not true at all. This only thing this is even close to the Russian sleep experiment in is the fact that it's dealing with the lack of sleep. But it never references the Russian sleep experiment. It's not a spin-off. It's not related to it. It's its own entity, its own creepypasta. And I've never really spoken much about this, but I do have a problem with the Creepypasta Wiki that I feel they take down a lot of quality pastas for no good reason. And I just kind of have like this battle with them. I've even tried to contest a pasta, not mine, because I've never had mine removed, but one that I liked that was taken down. But of course, they denied me. It wasn't, I got denied, even though it was a good pasta. It even got read by Creeps McPasta a while back, but I just have a problem with this because this has nothing to do with the Russian sleep experiment. And it's only pending deletion, so you can still read it, and I'll put a link in the description. And if you liked this, if you go onto the Creepypasta Wiki and write a comment saying why you think it shouldn't be taken down, they'll consider that and they might not remove it. And I think if you guys like this, that you should go do that. Help support this pasta and this author and try and make sure this doesn't get removed for unfair reasons, because this is a good creepypasta and I don't really want to see it removed for the ridiculous reason of it being a blacklisted subject. That's stupid. I don't see why the subject of mental evaluation experiments should be blacklisted because of one popular creepypasta. That doesn't mean it's a spin-off. You shouldn't just phase out one whole subject just because of that. It's stupid. And that's why I actually have a problem with the Creepypasta Wiki. But it's the best source for creepypastas, so I go there a lot, unfortunately. But anyway, guys, it would be really cool if you guys could go comment on the pasta and try and help prevent it from getting removed. I'm sure it would be really helpful for this author, who I'm sure really doesn't want their pasta to get removed for this stupid reason. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video and listen to me gripe about the Creepypasta Wiki. I'm Midnight Siren, and I will see you guys next time.